was next. So, alrighty. So first, I just want to say, Workers' World Party has meant a lot to me in this past year or so. A lot of times they have been like family and, representative of family where there is no family for me. They have supported me through my times of just like transitioning from having an adolescent to a whole teenager and all those different things. I consider Betsy and Berta and Joe and Lamont and Monica, I consider them to be extended families. They have wiped my tears. They have been there for me at midnight. They have offered me a glass of wine. And I appreciate that. But also what this year has taught me is that I could be queer, I could be bi, and I could be in a partnership with a cis-male-identified person without being fearful of saying so. This makes me human, it makes me valid, and it also makes me visible and not invisible. It also makes me not afraid to say so publicly, regardless of like backlash. It also makes me a nonconformist to the silencing of my being, which the society thrives at the expense of creating desensitivities, and to the pushing of the normalization of dehumanizing our people, particularly our bodies. They want to make us numb to seeing Black and brown bodies mutilated by state-sponsored violence. I've mourned a lot this year for several reasons, but I know my tears and my mourning is not that of my own, but a collective of generational pain that's deep-rooted in the civil unrest of my ancestors, the unrest of their blood that's seeking vengeance for the atrocities this country has perpetuated against them, the unrest of their crimson-colored blood that's soaked in the soil, terrain, and the fabric of this capitalist society that was built at the expense of their labor that thrives the economy we live in today. I've learned that I can fight and be beautiful and cry at the same damn time while smashing capitalism. And that I can assert that I am deserving of rest. Rest that's rooted in the unionization of love, security, protection, and safety, that when I lay in the bosom of my partner's arms, I receive healing and nourishment at the same time. Also, Orgy Lord has taught me that caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation, and it is an act of political warfare. So, now on to the presidential stuff. No president in this country has ever been a president of mine. I began my organizing with the Obama campaign, and it was nothing short of euphoric. Then I realized Obama dropped bombs on Libya and orchestrated one of the largest mass deportations of any US presidency. Unfortunately, Obama was a tool and a pawn to disguise the Democratic Party as being progressive for Black people, when in actuality, he was simply white power in blackface. Bernie Sanders refused reparations and sought the hunt for Assata. Hillary is a demagogue, a murderer, a liar, and a thief. She owes Haiti millions of dollars. And in my frank opinion, she deserves a stint at Guantanamo. The best thing Trump has ever done was expose the inherent racism that exists in all factors of this country. And white people, particularly white women, will too go against their own interests and elect a sexist, misogynistic, sexual predator in order to maintain white, male, patriarchal dominance. Donald Trump says what Hillary covers up in policy. Both partners are one and the same. The US presidential process is nothing short of a psychopathic, emotional, and mental abuse for our people. Why would I side with my oppressor? One who doesn't respect my ability to stand in my fullness, and one who forgot my reproductive system has birthed an entire nation. They say, let's make America great again. And they say America has always been great. I say America ain't shit. America has never been shit and never will be shit. Because what made America great is the indigenous extermination. What made America great was the enslavement of my African peoples. Donald Trump has a plan for his first 100 days in office. Well, mine is, Donald Trump has a plan his first 100 days. Well, mine is, how can I burn an American flag in 100 ways? Thank you. Oh shit, okay. All right, so the need for revolutionary socialism is simple, because alignment with corruption in government should not be the message for this country's citizens. The citizens should be divesting from corporate, corrupting government and aligning themselves with resistance, because Wall Street and the prison industrial complex's richness is rooted in the commodifying of black bodies for federal capital. Because of Ronald Reagan's drug wars and Bill Clinton's '94 crime bill, because of slavery by another name, because of Emmett Till, George Stinney, Russell Maroon Schultz, the Move 9, Mumia Abu-Jamal, the Panther 21, Mutulu Shakur, Sada Shakur, Oscar Lopez Rivera, Alfred Woodfox, Patrice Lumumba, Audre Lorde, and Betty Shabazz. Because gentrification is erasing black culture, because of poverty, redlining, spatial domination, black and brown displacement, land theft, food deserts, underfunded schools, economic instability, racial profiling, and fitting the fucking description. Because Marion Jones versus Maria Sharapova, because of John Carlos's Black Power salute in Mexico and Miami Heat's t-shirts couldn't fucking breathe, because the WNBA had to boycott, and because of Larry King's nappy-headed hoes, because the Oscars were so fucking white, and because Hollywood's blackness has been whitewashed, because of Black Wall Street, because of Central Park and Oscar Grant, because of Rakia Boy, Renisha McBride, Sean Bell, Rodney King, Amadou Diallo, Accra Gurley, Jordan Davis, Ayanna Stanley Jones, and Tamir Rice, because of Israel's Palestinian occupation, because of Libya and Muammar Gaddafi's destruction, because of Honduras and Vertica Serra's murder, because of the Haiti devastation, because of Puerto Rico's U.S. colonization, because of Rwanda, Cuba, the Trail of Tears, and the enforced migration of the indigenous peoples, because the U.S. is currently invading 7 damn countries, because of slave premiums and slave codes, paddy rollers and paddy wagons, slave catchers, the 16th Street church bombing, sanitation workers strike, 40 acres and a mule, living wages, gender equality, Civil Rights Act of 1866, then the one in 1964, because of the Vietnam War, because of Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Ida B. Wells, Phyllis Wheatley, Charleston 9, James Baldwin, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Afeni Shakur, because of white privilege and white return, because of white entitlement, white benefit, white denial, white refusal, white sympathy, white apologies, and fucking white tears. Because of white appropriation by people like David Clark, Herman Cain, Ben Carson, Clarence Thomas, Stacey Dash, Raven Simone, and Charles Barkley. And because Beyonce had to get in fucking formation at the NFL. Yes. So, unfortunately, we still have to prepare our children on how to enter into a society, a world that do not honor, respect, or see them as humans, even more today than they ever will be. We have to explain how we taught and teach them how to be mannerable towards others, say no and speak up to bullying, respect your elders, sexism is bad, practice patience, love all people regardless of color, gender identity, or religion. Yet have an elected president that has openly aroused the neo-Nazis and white supremacists in this country, that chooses and wants to cause harm to people that look like them, that these people are the ones teaching them in school today, that these are the cops in uniforms that they are told are here to protect and serve them. They are the clerks in stores that routinely have complicit biases against them. They are the gentrifiers moving into our communities, that they are the people that we are sometimes in interracial relationships with that may falsely love your blackness but have an inherent bias against other forms of blackness, because they are your employers and maybe a friend. Where's a safe place to point them to? There are no modern day stops on the Underground Railroad that will get them to a certain freedom. And so, 2017 has to be the year of a socialist new world order. Because 2017 has to be the year this false identity of whiteness and white superiority fades into the ether to never be seen again. Because 2017 has to be the most blackest, the most disrupted, the most magical, the most mystical, the most ethereal, and the most cosmological disruption to empire and establishment. Because marching and protesting is cool, but watching what capitalism burn is better.